Okay, well today, with your participation, I'm going to teach you about something that's really pretty magical, I think. It's something that every city in the world needs in order to exist. Small cities need it, large cities need it, old cities need it, new cities like San Diego need it. It's something that every human being needs in order to stay alive, right? And it's something that everybody in this room uses every day, and without it, Old Town and San Diego and you wouldn't be here. Now don't say it quite yet. I want to give you a clue in case you're not getting it. It's really amazing stuff. Hey, I just happen to have some right here in my little sports bottle. So it's your turn to shout out the answer. What do you think it is? You guys are right on. Water. That wet and wacky stuff. H2O, that's what we call it. Thank you for that thunderous applause. I appreciate that. Thank you. So as you can see, we're going to have a lot of fun with a lot of surprises today. So be ready for some very cool magic and some magic about planet Earth at the same time. All right. Hey, listen up. I want to show you something. Take a look. You know, guys, we live on a water planet. Hey, there's water below us. You know, you can see that 2/3 of the Earth's surface is actually covered with oceans or lakes or streams, right? Hey, there's water above us. Okay, did you guys know that one cloud can weigh 100,000 pounds? One. Yeah, that's all water vapor, of course. You know, guys, there's water inside of us, too. Believe it or not, your body is about 70% water. Hey, about 80% of our brains are actually made out of water. I hate to tell you that, but it's true. In fact, water is so important in our lives that without it, guys, Old Town over here, San Diego over here, would never have happened. Ooh, spooky. Hey, so as we learn how important water has been in the development of Old Town and San Diego, let's first learn a little bit about what water actually is, okay? All right. I was reading a very interesting article in the paper this morning. Let's see, where is it here? Okay, there it is. Oh, by the way, wouldn't it be cool if we could make water appear any place we wanted, anytime we wanted? I mean, think about it. We could build cities and towns everywhere. But I'm afraid it isn't quite that easy. See, sometimes water is almost as precious as gold. Now, it says right here that inside every water drop are 90 billion atoms, all electrically charged, bouncing around like crazy. Now, when 2 atoms of hydrogen, that's a gas, by the way. Excuse me. And 1 atom of oxygen combined, well, all these little particles, and there are lots of them, well, they get together and they form a water molecule. And you know what's almost like magic when you think about it? Let's get it on. It's hard to believe that these little tiny particles could create an amazing and beautiful and absolutely complete molecule of water, just like that. Thank you very much. So just like you, the people who came before you realized the importance of water. And now, guys, working together, we can all conserve and protect our water supply for the people of the future. So let's hear it for water. Woo! Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much. Hey, let's come right up. So who's having fun so far? Anybody? Okay, just about everybody. Cool. Omar, I want to say hi, Omar, as we take the stage. Omar, how you doing, buddy? Hey, I want you to stand, let's see, right about there. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to come down here so we can chat. How old are you? 9. Well, welcome to the show. Have you ever helped a magician before? Okay, well, this is the first time for both of us because it's going to be a lot of fun. I've never helped an Omar before. Ready? Okay, I want to show you something. It's right over here in this bucket, so don't go away. I'll be right back. You know, we're talking about water today. That's kind of the subject that I'm bringing to you. And it's so important in the development of our cities, especially old towns. That's the one you're studying about. But you know, Omar, sometimes water gets polluted. Have you heard about that? Yeah. Have you guys heard about water pollution?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. It happens. And unfortunately, it happens a lot. So this magic trick is about water pollution, so we can kind of get an idea of how we can help. All right. Omar, you're going to need a good imagination for this. You're not afraid of snakes, are you?
Oh.
Okay. Me too. Whoa! You're not afraid of fish, are you? Cool. You're going to hold on. I know. These are like you can see. Okay, Omar's got my fish. We're going to talk about fish a little bit because fish live in the water. Fish breathe. Fish breathe oxygen in the water. So when water gets pollution, sometimes that oxygen goes away and the fish can die. That's what happens. So we're going to demonstrate with a little bit of used motor oil. Everybody say, used. Now this stuff is fine when it's in the water. It doesn't belong in our water. Can you hold that too, Omar? Okay, now use your imaginations, guys. Let's pretend that this empty bucket is a lake. Can you do that for me? That's our lake. Okay, Omar? Omar will place the fish into the lake. Go ahead and just pop them in there. Everybody say goodbye, Mr. Fish. I think you folded his gills over, but that's okay. He'll be fine. Go ahead and put that pollution in. Ugh, everybody say you. Good job. We've done this before, huh? Oh, excellent. You ready for some fun? Okay, Omar and I are going to shake this up. Let's shake it together, Omar. Come on. We're pretty good. Okay, let's shake it together, Omar. One more time. Give me some hips. I got to have hips, buddy. Give me the hips. Yay, yay, yay. All right, that's enough of the hips. You're the best shaker I've had all year. Cool. Hey, got a question. If Omar were that fish swimming around in that polluted water, how do you think he'd feel? How would you feel? Yeah, I think he'd be a little bugged. Hang on to that, please. Ah, there was much. I know, it's kind of scary, I understand. Omar, I want you to bear with me for just a minute while we talk about this very, very serious subject. Omar, you got a good monkey around because we're talking about water pollution. Another please. Omar, if I told you pollution was good, I would be lying. Come on, that's the best one. Another please. If Omar were that fish swimming around that pollution, he would feel a little pinched by the situation. Omar would definitely get crabby. I know that. Hang on that, please. You okay? Can you take one more? Okay, good. Can you take 12 more? Okay. I only have one more. He would say, you know what? That pollution really stinks. So let's do our best to keep our birds, rivers, fish, and streams pollution-free. How about a big hand for Omar for helping me out? You are most excellent, sir. I will take all these little buddies. You go ahead and take your seat to this thunderous applause. Give them a round, guys. Come on. Good job. Thanks, Omar. Okay. I want to show you something kind of cool here. It's right over there, as I recall. I'll show you. Planet Earth. Let's talk about it. Boy, I love this place. You know, we call it the water planet because we have a lot of water in it, right? So it's hard to imagine that we use the same water over and over again because if you look around you, you see water every place. It's in the rivers and streams, it's in the rain. Always seems to be flowing from our water taps at your home or at your school or wherever you're at. But the fact is, the very water you guys drink today, that same water might have been swallowed by an animal or by a person hundreds or thousands of years ago. The same water. And that's because it's always being recycled and cleaned up by nature. You know, nature has a way of changing things over and over again. Or changing one thing into something new. A caterpillar becomes a butterfly. A volcano erupts. Destroys a whole mountain. And all life on that mountain just seems to disappear. But after a while, new life goes back. That's because nature is always changing stuff. Nature's good at that. We've got ice ages, water cycles, floods, droughts, tides, seasons. Those things are always moving. Life, after all, is kind of a circular thing when you stop and think about it. Hey, by the way, we change the world too, just by living in it, by using its resources, by polluting. Everybody here makes pollution, even me. That's part of being human. But we have some really cool ways that we can make less pollution. You know, you can reduce consumption. You can use less, conserve stuff. Everybody who helped build Old Town over here knew the importance of natural resources. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is this. By making changes in the way we live right now, the benefits will trickle down to affect all creatures, great or small. And that is the good news. Thank you. Okay. Let's pick up this show a little bit. Time for one more What About Water quiz. Oh, everybody wants to play. Good. Well, you thought you were coming up here, right? Okay. This is a question, so get ready. You guys in the back, see if you can get this. How many inches of rain do we get in San Diego in 1 year? Young man in the blue, yes. 10 inches. You want to say that one more time? Say it one more time. Yes, I just wanted everybody to hear it. He's absolutely right. Give him a hand. 10 inches is what we do. And we've heard it 3 times, so we probably will never forget. 10 inches is an average. We're below average right now. We're having a drought. And that means we have to conserve some water. Because, you know, we live in a desert. Even though I see a lot of green stuff out there, we got parks and trees. But it's a desert. 10 inches, that's not much. Where I used to live in Oregon, we got 117 inches. Hey, speaking of rain, I think there's a storm coming in. Hang on, don't go away. I'll show you something. All right. I'm prepared for any rain that might come my way. Beautiful umbrella. Isn't that lovely? I thought so too. All right. Watch carefully. We're going to wrap this beautiful umbrella into this beautiful recycled newspaper. Do a little magic for it. You watching? Good. Because it's going. There it goes. You think it's still in there? What do you mean? Well, of course it is. You can see both ends. But here we go. Now here's what I really want to show you. This is like the coolest part. Yeah, I just love these little things. Well, see, I think I have 7 of them. Help me count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. All right, I'm going to put it right back in here. Now your job, you guys, is to keep an eye on this purse, especially you guys over here. And you guys over here keep an eye on the umbrella. Okay. Now watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was that all of them? Okay, thank you. And that was there. Watch closely because this is amazing. I hope you're ready to be amazed. I know I am. Let's see here. Oh wow, look at that. That is like way colorful. Beautiful. All right. So that means you guys weren't really watching this over here because, you know, some magic happened, right? And you guys were watching the umbrella? Okay, good. I'm not sure you were really watching that umbrella because if you take a look, I think something went on inside. Wow! Let's see if we can fix this mess. Okay. Over here. Oh, I love it when this magic happens. All right, let's put this light right back in here. And let's do this. Let's take a quick look in here to make sure the magic has reversed. Yes, it has. There we go. Get ready with your thunderous applause because this is the grand finale. Yes! You did it. I was fishing for that applause. Thank you. Hey! Hey, check out that 20-gallon challenge. You can find it on the internet. Just Google 20-gallon challenge. It's a really neat thing. Okay. Let's do one of my favorite new tricks here. Who wants to see a card trick? Anybody? Ooh. Wow. Okay, I'm going to do a card trick for you. That's amazing, because you know, when I was a young magician, when I was 12, I didn't do many card tricks. This is fun. This trick uses only 3 cards. The first is the Queen of Hearts. Ooh. Well, in this case, we're going to call her the Queen of Conservation, okay? See, this queen not only had a very big heart, she was also a big saver of water. That's why we call her the Queen of Conservation. Her 2 brothers, the kings, were very wasteful indeed. They left the water running when they were brushing their royal teeth. They left the hose flowing when they were washing the royal carriage. So, your job, guys, today is to help our queen convince these 2 kings to become water savers, not water wasters. All right, so let's try an experiment. We place the queen over here. Does anybody see her? Yeah. And that's the Queen of Conservation. And let's see if we can magically make her travel back to the rest of the pack and work her magic on these 2 dudes over here. Okay. Now here's the best part of this trick. I need you to trust me for a minute. Can you do that? Yeah. All right, close your eyes for 8 seconds, starting right now. Everybody close your eyes for 8 seconds, beginning right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, open them up. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a question. How many City Queens here? Like nobody. You may remember she was right over here waiting to get back to the rest of the pack and convince these 2 kings to save water. Now, I got an idea. Try it one more time. This time I'm going to make it really easy for you guys, especially for you peekers. We're going to mark the queen right here, okay? So you cannot lose track of her. There she is. There's our queen. Now, here are the 2 kings. Now, do me a favor. Trust me. Close your eyes for only 3 seconds. That's the last 3. 1, 2. I can see your eyes are open, you guys. Okay, fine. Question is, where is the Queen of Conservation? How many say here? No. You're not going to believe it. Guess what? The magic word, she flew right back there and got into the back and convinced the 2 kings to become water savers too. All right. So here's what I want you to know about this trip. And by the way, thanks a lot. You know, we had the Queen of Conservation. And here's the moral to the story, really. See, in the end, they were one big happy family. In fact, they were one big happy water-saving family with huge hearts and definitely 3 of a kind. Thank you very, very much. All right. Great job. Let's talk a little bit more about water, since that's our subject today. You guys have already discovered how important water is, right? And you know that Old Town wouldn't be here if we didn't have water available? Yeah. Well, we've learned about the science of water. We know what's inside a water drop, you know, the molecules and the atoms. And we've learned that because we live in a desert, our water has to travel a very great distance to get to us. As a matter of fact, the Colorado River is 242 miles away from here. And some of it comes from Northern California. But once it gets to San Diego, how does it get to your water glass? I'm going to show you. A long time ago, somebody, maybe even a Kumeyaay Indian, picked up a hollow log and they stuck it down into a river to pull out some water through it, or for bathing or drinking. And guess what? Just like that, the water pipe is born. What an invention, huh? See, below our streets, and actually below you, water pipes like this big empty one are hard at work, bringing water to your home or your school or wherever you are. So let's do some magic. I'm going to take this empty water pipe here. I'm going to put a cap on it so nothing can get in and nothing can get out. So here's my cap. All right. Now, I'm going to need a magic word for this, I think. How about hydrology? Can you guys tell me what that study is of hydrology? What are we studying when we say hydrology? Water? Yeah, that's the study of water. So everybody say hydrology on the count of 3. We'll do some magic. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now remember, guys, water pipes are kind of like the lifelines between people, carrying good, clean water. So towns, like Old Town, could start out, and eventually they could turn into the huge modern cities that we have today. Cities like San Diego. And with you guys making choices and making changes for San Diego's future, hey, we are always blooming with possibilities. Thank you. All right. And I'll show you one more cool trick. Actually, maybe 2 more. Are you up for some more magic? Yeah! Put these back here. Okay. Oh, this is a fun thing. Let me show you this. Right there at the edge of the stage. Pretty close. Yeah. You know, living on planet Earth is a great privilege. But do you think it's a free ride living on Earth? No, I don't think so. See, every human being borrows something from our planet in the form of natural resources. And if we don't pay it back, well, the ride's over. Now, personally, I think that recycling is the single most effective thing that anybody can do to help planet Earth. Most people do it all the time without even thinking about it. So here's a big old piece of recycled cardboard that I've been using in my shows for quite a few years. Let's take an object like, how about this chair right here? When its usefulness is over, let's pretend a leg breaks off. Well, the easy thing to do might be to throw it down into the dump or into a landfill. But then another person's chair could break and the leg falls off, and they throw that into the landfill too, or to the dump. But every time somebody repairs one of these two chairs, reuses or recycles it, cleans up the planet, and gives us one more place that we can all sit down and think about recycling. So reuse things whenever you can, recycle often, reduce consumption, use less, as our needs shrink. So will our landfills. Planet Earth will remain a great place to cherish. Thank you. That is so cute. Just our science. Okay. Well, we got time for one more magical trick, I think. You ready? Let's make a box. This is made out of recycled cardboard. I've been using this cardboard in the show for a long time, too. Now, hang on. I need to put this over here, I think. By the way, let me flip this flap here. You gotta have it properly flipped up in order to do this very cool magic trick. All right, we got the cardboard set up. Everything looks pretty good to me. So let's kind of go over what we've learned one last time. Recycling, of course, is a wonderful way to help planet Earth. And we've learned a lot about the importance of water in the building of towns and cities. And we've learned how we can do our part to make sure there's plenty of water in the future. And recycling is one of those things that everybody can do, along with the 20-gallon challenge that we were talking about. We can do that. And as a team, we can do that as well. So remember, when we work together, we can rise together to new heights and create some amazing things. Okay, now speaking of rising, how many people would like to see me fly before you go? I was afraid of it. Watch my 2 feet. My right foot has mysteriously vanished. Okay, it's a joke. I was standing on one foot. You guys are like really sure. Hey, everybody wave your hands for me. Just wave 2 hands. Whoa! Keep waving them. Woo! Oh my goodness, keep waving them. Okay, stop waving. You can stop waving. Whoa! Boy, I'm glad that's over with. That's a little scary for me. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks for saving water. Thanks for coming up to see my show. Have a beautiful day. Be sure to look for your leaders before you stand.